Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christy Hodgkins. I am 50 years old, and I am from beautiful Murrells Inlet, South Carolina. And I am an independent Scentsy consultant. And I'm here to share my journey with y'all. So I hope you'll relax for a few minutes, and let me tell you how I got into Scentsy. My Scentsy journey started last year. I had met a good friend of mine on Facebook, and she is responsible for the reason I am here talking to you today. We became good friends on Facebook, and she was a consultant, and she asked me if I have heard of Scentsy or their products, and I said yes, I did. And that I loved their products, and that I would be a good customer for her. And she says great, and she asked me if I'd ever if I was ever interested in being a Scentsy consultant. To which I'm laughing about it now. I said, yeah, no, I'm sorry, no way. I didn't know what a consultant was. I didn't know what they did. Really had no clue about the company, except for I loved their wonderful smelling products. But I didn't, do any kind of company research, excuse me. So I said no, and there was a couple factors that lead me to say no, and then I'm going to tell you why I said yes. The reason that I said no was because about 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with a neurological disorder by the name of epilepsy. I'm sure you all have heard of it, but it is a wretched disease. It's horrible, and so I haven't been able to drive for 5 years or really do a whole lot of anything. I went from working a 50 to 60-hour work week as a waitress and a bartender. And I was also a corporate trainer for the restaurant, and did that for 25 years out of my life. So I would say half my life because I am 50. And so I went from all of a sudden working, 50, 60 hours a week, going Mach 90 down to literally nothing at all. My world had stopped, and my world had crashed, and I went into, excuse me, a downward spiral, so to speak. I was in a deep, dark place, a place where nobody should ever have to visit, or should ever have to go. I've had a lot of really bad things happen to me in my life, but I had one really, really, really good thing happen to it, and that was Scentsy. For that, I'm always going to be thankful, and I'm always going to be grateful. So when she asked me to be a consultant, after thinking about it for a while, and I knew I needed to do something, otherwise I was it was going to be a mess. I said, you know what, my 50th birthday was rolling around. I said, I got to do something different. So I said, the more I had it always in my brain, so the more I thought about it, I said yes. And I called her up on the phone, and I told her, you better hurry before I change what's left of my mind, because I was crazy. So my kit came, and I was like a kid in a candy store at Christmas. It was just unbelievable. All these products, beautiful warmer catalogs. It was, when I tell you it was crazy, it was insane. And I'm touched and everything and playing with everything, and it was joyful from the first day it started. So yeah, here I am now, who would have thunk it, having my own business and being extremely proud of myself and extremely happy. My goal in life is to educate women and help women that are less fortunate than myself, that have had to deal with issues that no woman should ever have to deal with, but a lot of times, unfortunately, they do. my goal is to give them a hand up, and to help them realize their self-worth and their self-importance, and to get them back to where they feel good about themselves, to give them, a reason to have a joyful heart again, and to just know what it's like to live life again. A lot of these, it's a hard road. It is such a hard road. I was that girl. I was on that last rung, and had it not been for Scentsy, things could have been, pretty different for me. But I'm extremely grateful that I have Scentsy, and that I have a joyful heart again, because it's amazing. Scentsy to me has given me peace. It makes me calmer. It gives me something to look forward to every day, where I can get out and, I can meet my girlfriends, and I can talk about new products and new smells. I can even meet more interesting people. I meet women at the doctor's offices, wherever I go. That's a big one, because I'm always at a doctor's office. My whole, everywhere I go, I'm meeting somebody, and not only meeting them, but I'm learning how to have the Scentsy discussion. So I'm opening up myself more, and I'm learning a lot of wonderful, wonderful things about myself. Just because I'm 50 does not mean I have the corner market, or I know how to live life, because believe it or not, I'm still learning, and I'm 50. So for you out there that are younger than 50, you got a ways to go, and so do I. And it's never too late to learn, and I'm so grateful I took that one step, and that I got to become a consultant. And I can't believe I get paid for this, because this is just insanely crazy. Every woman that I have had the pleasure of getting to know, it's just been fantastic. It's been joyful, and it's been wonderful. I can't say enough about the women that, through Facebook, that I get to talk to every single day, that we have fun every day. We encourage each other every day. We could be having, a bad day, but we're all here, we're all in it for the same goal, because we all want to see ourselves succeed. And it's not just our success, but I think a large part of it is everybody else's success. It's really fun to me to, see a consultant, see how they started, and see where they're going. I mean, it's just crazy, mind-blowing. It's awesome. I love the inspiration that Scentsy gives me. I love the empowerment that it gives me. When I tell you that Scentsy has given me my life back, that is so true. I have a reason now. I have purpose now, and it means the world to me that I can, be out and about, and I can feel more like, Scentsy helps me forget about my epilepsy. It lets me focus on the more positive aspects of my life, and that really helps me. It helps me immensely, and I know that I'm never going to be without Scentsy. Scentsy is always going to be a part of my life. I am making it a part of my life because I truly want, to work really, really hard and put in the work that it takes to, advance in a company. And I chose this company primarily because of the wonderful thing that it represents. It gives women and focuses attention on women and product in such a positive light. There are a lot of companies out there that, are hard for women, that, you're up against the glass ceiling, and with Scentsy, there's none of that. I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm in competition with myself. I don't feel like I have to keep up with any of the other consultants because, like I said, I'm just me, and I'm doing what works for me. And what works for me may not work for another consultant, and vice versa. And that's a beautiful thing. I like that. I have freedom. I don't. I have more to my day now. I've got something that I truly love, and for me to be able to focus on something else is a true blessing, because I didn't have that before. Everybody tells me that, or at least the women I've talked to about Scentsy has told me that Scentsy has literally changed their life. For me, it absolutely has. If I had a picture of the girl I was 5 years ago and the girl I was now, you wouldn't even recognize the old me. And I'm glad the old me is the old me, because I love the new me so much more. I have so much that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that Scentsy came into my life when I needed it to come into my life. And it's just awe-inspiring for me to watch me do what I do every day and learn new things. And, because before, I was just sitting around and I was feeling sorry for myself, where now I'm not. I've always lived by the motto since I became disabled that, okay, just because I'm disabled, it doesn't mean that I don't have hopes and dreams. I have a lot of hopes and dreams for myself. I'm only 50. I've got a long life that I'm going to live. I'm sure of it. And I have the same dreams and goals that everybody else has. Just because you're disabled doesn't make you any less of a human being. And that's part of the message that I want to get across to women that are less fortunate than myself, that are dealing with, maybe the same condition even that I'm dealing with. I want to be not necessarily a mentor, but I want them to be able to see that, somebody else can do this, I can do this too. And, so if anybody out there is like me and would like, to borrow this or see this or whatever, you know what, hey, feel free, because that means that, I'm sharing love, and that's a part of Scentsy, is to, enliven, enlighten, and inspire. So if I can do that, it's awesome. I have a whole lot to say about Scentsy. I am so grateful to Orville and Heidi for, establishing this wonderful company. I am truly blessed. I literally am brought to tears to think that I am a part of something so great and so wonderful, and it makes my heart sing. Where I found that I didn't have hope, I do, and to have that, and to be able to see that the effect that has on somebody is truly awe-inspiring. And I want eventually to be on a big stage and talk to women just like myself, or even not like me, and inspire those women that come behind me, the many that come behind me, to really say, you know what, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this because of, and because of Scentsy got me to this point and got me to feel good about myself. And that's all that really I can do. I look forward to my journey. I look forward to everybody's journey with Scentsy. I hope that it's going to be I know it's going to be a very, very long journey, and I'm so excited, and I can't thank Orville and Heidi enough. I'm going to start here breaking down that I owe so much to them, and I can never repay them, except for to be the best little consultant I can be. And you know what, I'm doing that now, and I can't wait to inspire and, and hang out with a bunch of women that are just totally, totally awesome. So if you're on the fence, get off the fence and jump over the fence and come see me, and I guarantee you we're going to have a blast. And thank you very much, and have a wonderful day, y'all. Thank you.